Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Nakia. I am a data analyst working in Atlanta. I've been a data analyst for about 5 years now. So I wanted to come on and do this kind of impromptu video, like I just got off from work, but I've been getting a lot of comments lately from you guys stating that you don't understand SQL, like you're not grasping some of the concepts of SQL. So I wanted to do this video to just kind of talk you through what SQL is and then get your feedback to kind of gauge what it is that you want to learn about SQL. So first, let's start off talking about what it stands for, like it's an acronym. So SQL stands for, or some people call it SQL. So you'll hear people use it interchangeably, SQL or SQL. So SQL stands for Structured Query Language. So it's pretty much just a language that you use to query a database. And a query is just a question. So you're asking questions because you're being asked questions and you need to answer those questions with data. So you are using SQL to query the database and get this data back that you need. Now, it's structured because you have to write your queries in a way that the database recognizes, and it recognizes like certain keywords, and you're querying different databases, and a database is pretty much just, think of it like a store. So I've used this example in a previous video, which I believe a lot of you guys found my channel from, but remember I gave the example in that video about a grocery store. So you may want to bake a cake. You have some of the ingredients that you want to bake at your cake is at Publix, but all of the ingredients that you need is not there. Maybe there's some items at Walmart or Kroger or whatever grocery store that's local to your area. You may need to hit up several different stores to get all your ingredients together to make your cake. That is what we're doing with SQL. We are querying different databases because more than likely, one, all your data isn't located in one database, and all of your data is more than likely not going to be located in one table. For example, today, my manager asked me, hey, I want to know how much of this product our sales reps sold for the months January, February, and March month to date. So the data related to where I can get all of our employee information is housed in one database in an employee table. But the information about the products that are being sold is located in another database and in different tables. So I had to get the data from our employee table that's in one database or store. I had to go to another database and get the information about the products that were being sold by our sales reps in another database and in another table. So another store, another aisle that we're going to. And then I also had to gather that employee's information as far as like there's a table that has like the sales reps sales information that's in another database and another table. So I am going to 3 different stores, so to speak, to get this data, and I'm going to have to join it together to get everything that I need to provide her. The sales rep sold this many of this product in January, February, and March. Okay, so that's what we're doing. We're going to different stores, aka databases, getting our data together so that we can answer the question. So that's all SQL is doing now. SQL, kind of like with anything, you know, like your parents growing up, they say that you catch more flies with honey than vinegar. Yes, so that means you have to talk nicely to the database. You cannot just come up in here and say and write anything you want to. You cannot just say like, give me employee name, employee start date from the employee table. That's not how you write out your queries. Your queries have to be written in a way that the database understands. The database has certain keywords that it uses and recognizes when you enter them. So for example, when you first start out your query, you're going to start out like the term that it recognizes for give me is actually select. So most queries, you will see them start off with the word select. That is a keyword in most databases when you're writing your queries. The select being a keywords in general will be in a different color than your other text. So for me, select usually shows up in blue, but it may be different for other databases that you use, but just giving that as an example because that is a keyword. There are also other keywords that the database recognizes as well, like the word trim, for example, or product, for example. So you have to be careful when you're using those terms because in my data today, I had to use the word product, which is a keyword in the database. So I had to alias this particular field to have like an underscore after it because I was using a field name called product, and the database was recognizing that as a keyword, and I did not want it to recognize it as a keyword. I wanted it to recognize it as like a column name. So I had to alias it out when I was trying to pull my data back. So there's some other keywords in there as well that we can go through in examples, but just wanted to kind of like briefly explain what SQL is. It's just a language we use to query the database. You have to be specific in what you're writing and how you write your code, or it won't recognize it. It will give you an error message or some kind of ambiguous code back to say you need to fix it. That's pretty much just like the rundown of SQL. I'll try to throw in some examples of me doing writing a query over this so you guys can see an example and it goes along with what I'm saying. But let me know in the comments below, what exactly is it that you want me to specifically go through? Like if we need to start from the beginning and go through select and like the from, that's another keyword, like select these columns from this table, join it to this table because I need to get data from 2 different tables or 2 different databases together. Let me know what it is that you guys are struggling with specifically, and I will work on getting some examples together and break it down in some additional videos. So let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.